Hey, my name is Mr. Roman from the Bible. I predicted the pandemic in 2016 with investigative proof, and it actually happened in 2020. And a lot of people in the world died because, as I said, the misdistributed of attention, straying away from the fact of lack of labor work on helping hands on taking care of the animals and their surroundings, because life moves extremely fast. So it can become innocently deadly. Understand when I'm talking, there's some fucking idiots that are trying to use our bodies as a conductor with our electrolytes to a certain degree, and we have magnetic properties in our bloodstream, um, iron, magnesium, zinc. So what they do, they set wave points, and put up stars and transmitters, and they'll like target individuals. And light travels; it's a constant current, and they can use like natural sound of life to travel sound, um, and do this popping sound, and like pop your head, or like try to freak you out, in a sense. Um, but in reality, they're the stupidest people. I just want to make sure like I leave evidence behind, for the future generations to come. Um, just know that it's all of our families and great relationships all the time. We built all of this organizations, building homes for each other, and it remains constant, making sure everybody's under healthy living standards at all times. Because it gets innocently deadly like that when you forget the importance of helping hands through police, military, border patrol. It's all education, it's all healthcare, and it's all making sure we provide that job opportunity to make sure we build for each other at all times. Everything old will become brand new. Always. Even brand new roads, you sweep. Brand new homes that you have to clean every single day. Because wind keeps coming in. Alright? Nobody in the whole world would be breathing today if it wasn't for God telling me directly when I was interviewed with my professional colleagues. That will be classified because I don't want anybody to be put in harm's way. You're nice to everybody, and you work with everybody, because they waste a lot of people's times when there's a whole world to keep healthy. I want you to have a great life. You are very intelligent, every single one of you, and you are a blessing. Just make sure you always teach, the new life producing extremely rapidly. Always remember, there's an animal out there that produces millions of babies within 25 days span. That's amazing. It's very alarming in a good way, but also gives that constant reminder that we have to make sure everything and everyone's surroundings are spotless, on the ocean, on the land, landscaping all the time, taking care of shelf life. With that being said, right, you have pretty much, I'm repeating myself so you won't have to be, so you won't forget, dude. Literally, I'm not gonna like have you in harm's way when there's no need to. Dude, we are in great standing on the ground with everybody, dude. So just build for each other always. I don't want you to be, taken out or put in harm's way by somebody like just off idea and aesthetic, and then they just like pretty much like embody a fucking character from a movie. Understand, movies were educational demonstrations of every single outcome, so that brings understanding to keep job going smoothly all the time. As I was saying, well, they killed my family because they were trying to keep me silent and putting them on blast. Whoever's doing that low frequency radio activity, they're trying to do some mind control shit on the people and their own troops, and then like they confuse things. I think they're working with the labels and just doing some dumbass shit for no reason. And life is better, you know. You don't deserve to settle for a reflection of life. Life is what's great, and everybody always will recognize over time, because everybody has their own families and kids to provide for. Anyways, I'm not gonna let it go to waste, because a lot of innocent people were put in harm's way for no reason, just being faked out for no reason. Anyways, that explains why, my father, my grandma, grandpa, uncle, how they passed away, because they try to tamper with acid reflux. They try to see your schedule when they're already tapping your phone to tap you. You know how the Fitbits and Apple Watches monitor live stream on manipulate your blood flow in real time. Well, they did some shit like back in the hot and cold receptors. They did some shit. I don't know what it is, and I'm thankful that I don't know about it because it's short-lived. They're losing their life just focusing on a select handful. It's a humongous world. I don't want to believe they're out there killing people and then just fucking revitalizing them like with some dumbass shit. But then God is like way more bigger, and God always tells me, just like, the pandemic actually happened, like I know that whoever's doing it is gonna die, and I've forgiven them every single day because I know God. So God, forgive everybody as you forgive us, and they're not gonna listen, then they're gonna have to learn the hard way. All we can do is eliminate conflict and war through education and the obvious that brings understanding. So like with that being said, today I was gonna, one of my healthcare operations, cleaning my surroundings, making sure the grass is cut, making sure, dishes are washed, making sure it doesn't collect buildup to collect harmful debris, because illnesses become airborne. And understand that your simple every single day chores, they're very important, and you're literally saving the whole world and guaranteeing like everybody to be alive. Every single day you're at it with your chores, and you work and you increase those wages healthy in your workplace so everybody can be under healthy living standards. Every employee $10-$20 after tax withholdings, after medical insurance withholdings, and then you pay $10-$20 each every employee. That's going to be a separate account in the bank, and that's going to be health care for your business and each other, and that's going to guarantee you a wage increase every 3 months, and that'll never stop. That's mandatory by law. You need to remember and never forget that. And every business and workplace needs to be school themed, so it can be fun, and always accumulate every single language from every part of the country, everywhere in the world. That ensures disease prevention, because the same rules of healthcare here is universal, and everybody needs to make sure that everybody is under healthy living standards, because we don't know what they're going through. The problems we face here on the States, they're probably facing the same similar things over there. So we got to make sure we stick together, and everybody always keeping used to each other is very important too. So I was washing my clothes today, right? And earlier in the day, I took out the clothes to pick out my favorite dirty clothes to wash, So I left some clothes on the floor as I was picking my favorite dirty clothes to wash. And then I go wash them, right? I'm washing my clothes. I go outside, I continue cutting my grass. Hours pass, I'm finished cutting the grass. Now I'm ready to shower. Right? My clothes are drenched in grass and debris. I know I need to dispose of them properly so I won't mess with dirty surfaces. So I go and I notice that there's clothes on the floor from the hamper. When I was taking out my favorite dirty clothes to wash, I had forgot completely that I was the one that took those dirty clothes off on the floor. I thought it was my sister. I had told my mother, hey, there's somebody, took out some dirty clothes, That just goes to show what they could do to our doctors, and that explains why my grandma and grandpa passed away when they could have still been living today. Water in the lungs that can easily be detoxed and sucked out with suction tubes. So what they do, just like what they did to me, they shock me in the heart, they apply pressure forcefully, making you feel like you're gonna die and you can't breathe. And then they manipulate women, like if they're having allergy attacks or that they're gonna die, and then they try to control them and manipulate them and arouse them wrongfully. And then they do that to the men too. They set up their surroundings, they create conflict, and then they influence their thoughts and create disturbance in peaceful environments. And they put words in people's mouth, and you're seeing that. Now they're trying to put AI videos and making it look like it's a coincidence or it's AI. It's some stupid ass shit, dude. And it should have never been done. They're gonna burn in hell. And if they leave, well, they're gonna burn in hell for that duration of time they're being stupid. They should be lucky they're even alive today. Nobody in the whole world would be breathing. Nobody, you see? Nobody in the whole world would be breathing today. And they take it for a joke. Life gets too serious, they start joking around, running to denial. They don't want to feel that wisdom, and they don't want to acknowledge the fact that shit gets real fucking fast. So that's why everybody, when they always get what they want, they just hide in denial. And then they get stupid, they get careless. They think everything is a joke when there's life to care for. And boy, I totally forgot that I had put the clothes, out of the hamper. And just like that, you can, confuse the doctor and forget you administered medication. And just like that, you kill a patient. You need to stay with God. Even if you're documenting, you can still become very forgetful for no reason. And then our troops being faked out and psyched out when you know it's good underground. It is good on the ground all the time. It's God. Every time. God is good all the time. See what they do? And they hide behind fucking radio, dude. Like, nobody needs them, man. Nobody needs any of these people. It's not even a fucking handful. They're fucking stupid ass people. Every day, 24/7. It's probably pre-recordings and a mixture of somebody that activated that, and they come in, put their 2 cents in from time to time after pre-recording individuals that they were provoking. So then you think this person's lashing out at you, and then they're guilty after somebody shocks you, and then but they were just they were being recorded when they were being provoked, and then that's how they fucking try to like fake you out, and then they like put like forced images in your mind like a phone. Well, anyways, all of my educational videos from God, because God literally speaks to everybody. I just decide not to be in denial, and obviously, I mean, you see proof in real life. Everything that I'm saying always happens because it's God telling it. Literally, I am not playing. I am not playing. So that's why I tell them that they need to leave. Everybody's alone, literally. Because literally, like, they're gonna die, dude. See how I said they're gonna die? And then they're over here saying, oh, they're dead, or you're dead, or some shit, like, while I'm, like, expressing myself in my original conversation, they blend in with your original conversation. And I already made police reports. They're tampering with my evidence and try to tamper with my identity. And this is real life proof, dude, in real time. Tickets that already been paid for, and supposedly I've never paid them. Anyways, yeah, they're the problem, and I'm gonna sue, because everybody in the whole world doesn't deserve that. See how when I'm talking and then they go zzz. But when you're with God and you're aware, none of that happens, and they can't do anything about it. Every weapon formed against you will not prosper. Don't be listening to anybody talking about war, talking about any of that. See how they're over here saying all of this? And I know what I meant to say. It's really messed up, like what they did to us. And it's literally like everybody in the whole world. God tells me, and they could leave. They could literally leave. I know God. And God doesn't do that. God does not keep you from living a great life. They're making people believe that they can't leave. They're making people believe that that's the only reason why you're still alive. They're just saying all of these lies to buy themselves time. I know for a fact they could leave. And they will. That's how they took advantage of the elderly that were put in position after all their life, putting in hard work. That's why when I literally provide you the right direction with zero risk, so you won't be faked out, you won't be bought out, you won't be used, you need to listen so you can guarantee you a great life and walk with confidence in knowing that nothing can faze you when you're on the right direction with God. So just like the phones, they can do like 3-way, 4-way calls. They can tap bodies with constant currents, and that's how you'll feel you're like embodying somebody else at the same time. And all you have to do is think about a person, or like you're on your phone. So it's pretty much like AI. And in reality, you're not even with the person. You're literally just like on the phone. You think of them, and then out of nowhere, pretty much they tamper with like your every single day like godly blessings. So like your normal blessings will actually like complement anything in front of you. But in reality, that's why in order for you to like live a great life, you have to ignore all that shit completely, so you can breathe, so you can feel better about life, so you won't feel like you want to die, so you won't feel like depressed. So that itself is God telling you that that's shit and that's not life. So whoever's responsible for that, dude, I know they're suffering and they can't breathe. They're literally wasting their breath and they're gonna burn. Usually people like come outside the house for a great life. They just didn't know how to get it. And now there shouldn't be any reason why anybody should be doing some dumb things out there for a great life. You joined the military, the police, the border patrol because you wanted a food on your plate, you wanted a roof over your head, you wanted stability, right? So don't forget that's the same job duties on why you even come outside in the first place. Spreading the good word, bringing understanding, providing job opportunities, building with detainees and corrections, making sure we never see crime ever again. Stop adapting to crime, start adapting to a better day, which everybody was obviously listening to you. Nobody is playing with anybody's life. You're left alone like you need to be. You deserve your privacy. You should not be this close to anybody. So always be hopeful and understand that the pain that you're feeling today won't compare to the joy that will be revealed to all of us, and is being revealed every single day as we speak. Now every service member is going to love their life way more. With the detainees, they're going to be corrected and they'll listen. You just have to be straight up honest. Be firm before you bless. We know what's short-lived. We're going to make sure you have a great life. We're going to legalize everything. We're going to make sure it's all of our consumption's cared for. All of our water's clean constantly. Always learning new languages. Always maintaining our hygiene. Always working out. Always landscaping. Everything necessary to keep a nice meal every single day, because you gotta eat every single day. Even if you fast, you gotta eat every single day. You gotta eat some point. You're always gonna have to eat to keep on going. And nobody wants to eat shit. Nobody wants a shitty life. So no more adapting to shitty ass equipment, shitty life that you'll never even see. You're training for situations you'll never see ever in life. That should be lucky that you're breathing and alive today. get out. Like, get out of everybody's fucking life like that. Or you will die. I'm saying go to prison. I'm telling everybody to take you to prison, but I am, dude, but God is pissed because you're keeping God from living, and especially when everybody's doing everything right and following the rules, and then you just decide to just invade our privacy and kill them, like, for no reason. Anyways, just have a great life. Keep engineering. Keep teaching new life that keeps rapidly being produced. There's work to be done. I just don't want you to forget. And it's God every turn. Like, when I'm talking to her, I'm talking to God. When I'm talking to him, I'm talking to God. When I'm talking to the animals, I'm talking to God. There's certain faces of God that is educational and is obviously short-lived. You can see something being so shitty. You can meet a shitty person, you know, that doesn't want to, like, understand you, you know. Now it's your time to be God for the situation and ignore it, and you lead a better example for a better today. Maybe they were given poor examples, maybe they were fixed to think this and that over somebody that was selfish in their own upbringing. We don't know these things, but we hear about it, and it should all be taken very serious. Let's keep it simple. We know everybody wants a great life, and that's exactly what we're going to be giving to everybody. We build for detainees, with detainees, and then they want to keep living in that big house they keep building with the rest of us, side by side, for the rest of us and for each other. It brings understanding, it brings trust, it brings healthier environments. When everybody doesn't lack anything in life and they have the same life, there's a lot of things that are going to be understandable. And it gives life. So please, follow mandatory healthcare guidelines. And never to worry. I don't care how much they threaten you in low frequencies or whatever. Like, they're gonna die. God's literally gonna punish them. And they can't do nothing to us because we're not the problem. Don't ever be the problem, and you'll always be great. You always lead a great direction. You teach them well, and you'll always be great. God bless.